Why is burn boring? By me. I'm calling burn as a status effect boring, not the IDs. Put down your pitchforks, I love them too. Most of the season I actually spent sharding burn IDs so I could build into them. Explain what burn is and its weaknesses. Burn is a ramp-up status effect that inflicts fixed damage based on potency at the end of turns. Due to having a cap of 99 potency, similar to most other status effects, there is a damage limit for it which is shown heavily in tanky boss fights and bosses with multiple parts. While it's easy to maintain, at its core the payoff isn't as satisfying. Burn IDs do make up for this due to their conditionals amplifying damage done to targets with burn, but the status in and of itself is pretty ineffective without one major factor. Jane Burn. Dark Flame is really the only reason currently to build Burn. Dark Flame, Magic Bullet Outis' special application of Burn, is unironically one of the major factors, if not the only major factor to team build Burn at the moment besides the IDs. To explain what Dark Flame is, it's a status effect that converts burn damage multiplicatively to its potency and makes it out to be pure Pride Affinity based damage. As Magic Bullet Outis can inflict up to 7 Dark Flame, this stacks multiplicatively and allows for 693 Pride damage easily, as Burn is probably one of the most easiest statuses to maintain. What other applications of Burn are there? Magic Bullet's quote-unquote stunting of building Burn. To even make Burn semi-viable as a team, there's a heavy reliance on Dark Flame to carry out the status' damage output. This is not the fault of the ID, actually. I think Magic Bullet Outis is one of the greatest design IDs in the entire game due to a risk/reward factor. She kills her co-workers sometimes when she's bored. She's an amazing ID, and that's not the fault of her. But Burn I have personally found to have little variance in team building due to her feeling like a requirement for viability. It just feels like Magic Bullet Outis is babysitting 6 sinners while she tears the enemies asunder. On a more positive note, here's me touching on a few interesting non-Magic Bullet Outis Burn IDs. Some of them, and not all of them. Go make your own videos if you're mad a certain ID didn't make the cut. Liu Rodya. Amazing burn count application, high DPS, and strong conditionals for high rolls that are easy as hell to maintain. This ID is all around really good to utilize within your teams. She applies Wrath damage up to allies with A-Res Wrath, and generally is such a good pick and one of the most quote-unquote worth it Liu IDs in the game, especially with how well she synergizes with Indicants. Indicants. I'm just gonna say Indicants Trial Ego. She also has a pretty interesting application of exhausting burn count on her skill 3 to do pure wrap damage on top of the great damage her skill 3 already does. This, however, has a max of 30 wrap damage. She's an amazing ID to both utilize burn, upkeep, and spend burn to have a bit of an extra edge, and her animations are sick as hell. I love this ID. If my profile picture wasn't Magic Bullet right now, it would be her. Liu Yi Sang. Now imagine everything I said about Liu Rodya and apply it to Yi Sang, and on top of that, give him a non-clashable counter that has conditionals that make it actually kind of worth using? I argue that counters outside of the clashable counter / middle IDs are some of the worst defensive options in the game for IDs, but the factor that this ID gets shield on top of his retaliation attack is very good. He has one of the coolest idle animations of the game, he has great application of burn potency and great use cases for spending burn count, and he even heals 15 SP for the ally with the least SP on his skill free after the attack, which is fucking insane. He's great, he doesn't contribute that much to count outside of his skill 2, but he's an amazing supportive unit and does great DPS. I fucking love this ID. He is so fun to use, he aura farms, he's badass. He has some of the coolest animations in the game. I love him. I love him so much. Philip Clare. The quote-unquote this ID has fallen off crowd when I show them his skill 3-2 that casually rolls 32 to 36, 37 to 40 with passive outside of Mirror Dungeon with very easy to access conditionals, inflicts +6 burn count with his skill 2 that has 3 attack weight and maintains burn teams for absolutely 0 cost. Yeah, no, this ID is good, still good. Maybe falling off a bit for clashing outside of his skill 3-2, but he still fucking rips people apart, and I'd even go as far as to call him John Burn Count. Volatile Eagle is an awesome resource and amplifies this ID to somehow be cooler than he already is. Let's be real. Y'all want this ID to be benched because you hate Philip and Runa. It's okay to have bad opinions. I think Philip is an amazing character that reflects the societal pressure of fixer offices and generally how horrible the city is to be in as an individual, but not everyone could read between the lines and just simply say, he's a bitch though. Like, that's also why majority of you hate Sinclair too, lymphow, dumbass, stupid-ass motherfuckers! Him. Insanely good burn conditionals leading to absurd rolls, insane count infliction with not only his ammo, but his passive that makes unfocused encounters literally 10 times easier than they already are, and focus encounters very suitable for him as he will maintain upkeep on different parts depending on if there's a stagger/break. This ID is great. He's easy to use, very effective at what he does, and he's insanely badass. I love this ID so fucking much. He may not be the greatest ID and have to slow down sometimes due to the need of reloading his ammo in some terms. His clashable counter also has no conditionals that give it clashing power, which I think is kind of bad. You might not, and that's fine, I don't care. But his ramp up effects and general application for team building more than makes up for that. This is basically just fucking, I don't have Philip Clare, and he's good. He's good. Burn as it is has the groundworks to be one of the most broken statuses in the game. While I do call for more unique types of burn application, I also do think as well burn teams as is are ridiculously strong for maintaining the base status effect, and Dark Flame is OP for capitalizing off that. There has to be careful management moving forward considering burn is the easiest status effect to maintain. Maybe there should be effects that spend burn potency rather than count, so it's more of an impactful cash out. I don't know. Only time will tell next month for how this all will turn out. What are your thoughts? Any opinions regarding Burn's current state? Any thoughts regarding team building IDs you particularly like and want to touch on? Let me know. I like building Burn teams. I don't like building Burn as a status effect. I think it's very boring because it's just Magic Bullet Outis. But I can't blame Burn IDs. They're fucking cool. I love Burn IDs so much. It's about the same as I feel about Rupture right now.